Andrei Minkov, the founder of Trademark Factory that offers trademarking services with a predictable result for a predictable budget. We're the only firm in the world where licensed lawyers and registered trademark agents will help you trademark your brands with a free comprehensive trademark search for a single all-inclusive flat fee with a 100% money-back guarantee. And today's question I'm going to answer is, what is the trademarking process? What happens after you file your trademark application? So, actually let me start with the process before you file your trademark application. Really the first step is to do the proper trademark search to confirm that the brand that you came up with can be trademarked so that you're not wasting your time, not wasting your money, trying to protect a brand that you can't own, or maybe that you even cannot use. So start with a search, then you draft the application, then you file the trademark application. Then it's going to sit in the Trademarks Office for several months without anybody looking at it. So it's about 8 months in Canada, about 4 months in the US, a bit faster in Europe. So nobody's looking at it, and then it gets assigned to a trademark examiner. And a trademark examiner is somebody at the Trademarks Office who's going to look at your trademark application, and they're going to decide whether they think they would approve it right away. So if everything is perfect, if they see nothing that they disagree with, or nothing that they want to respecify, they'll just approve your trademark as it is. In most cases, so it's about 65% of the cases, they'll go back to you with an objection, a list of objections. They call them office action, where they're going to list everything that they don't like about your trademark application. And it will be up to you, or the trademark professionals that are helping you, to address each and every one of those objections. Some of them are easy to address, some of them not so easy. And so we have several other videos in the series that you can watch to walk you through this. But let's say you got an office action. From there are two possible scenarios. Either you can successfully modify your trademark application, or convince the trademark examiner to accept it as it is, or sometimes do the combination of the two. So eventually the examiner says, okay, I'll approve your trademark application, you're good to go. Or you're going to fail, and you can't fix it, or you can't convince them to accept it, in which case they will issue a final rejection for your trademark application. And really at that point, that's the end of the process, at least inside the Trademarks Office system. Can you appeal this in court? Yes, but this is really done so rarely that I'm not going to even touch on this. So let's say you were able to get your trademark approved. Then what happens is that it will be published in a journal or a gazette that publishes every single new trademark application that the Trademarks Office deemed worthy of being approved. And what it does, the fact of that publication, it opens a short period of time when anybody can oppose your trademark application. Basically, ask the Trademarks Office not to register your trademark that they thought should be approved. So if there's somebody else out there that has the legal right, that has a legal interest to request that the trademark should not be registered, they can go to the Trademarks Office, show their reasons why they think the trademark should not be registered, and the Trademarks Office is going to have to consider their argument. And actually what happens is, if somebody opposes, then the trademark applicant can and should, in most cases, respond to those arguments of the opponent and say, no. Okay, I understand that you're willing to oppose. I understand that you somehow think that my registration will damage your rights, but really it won't. So my trademark is not confusingly similar with yours. It's not, descriptive. It doesn't do any of those bad things that you say my trademark would do if it's registered. So please, Trademarks Office, don't listen to the opponent. Listen to me. I need this trademark. And from here, there are two scenarios. So your trademark will be allowed in the good case scenario for you, or it won't. So if it's not allowed, if it just becomes successfully opposed by somebody, or if you decide not to respond to the opposition, then your trademark application really is going to die out there. But here's the good news. Here's the good news. All the trademark applications that are published in those journals and newspapers and gazettes and however you call it, right, less than 1% of those applications ever get opposed. So it's what I call the catastrophe scenario. We actually have a separate video about opposition, so you may want to watch that. So 99% of trademark applications that the trademark examiner said we're good to go with that, they will be automatically allowed. So trademark is approved, then it's published, and then if nobody opposes it, it's automatically allowed. If it's opposed, then it goes to the opposition period, and after you succeed at the opposition stage, then it gets allowed. After it gets allowed, if you file your trademark application based on existing use or current use, or already using your trademark, then your trademark will automatically be registered. And in Canada you need to pay a post-allowance government fee for that. In case you file your trademark application based on proposed use or intent to use, you would also need to file a declaration of your statement of use showing to the Trademarks Office or declaring to the Trademarks Office. Again, watch the video about post-allowance statement of use. So you tell the Trademarks Office you started using the trademark that originally was filed based on intent to use. They're going to say, okay, great, now we're going to register it. Now your trademark is registered. You would think that's the end of the process, but really it isn't. What happens from there is that you need to make sure that you don't miss the deadlines to renew your trademark. The good news is that it won't be for 15 years in Canada, which term is going to go down to 10 years soon. But still, you got 10 years to make sure that in 10 years you renew. In the US, and actually in most countries, it's in 10 years. Most countries in the world have just 10 years. Canada is an exception with its current 15 years. And US is an exception because in the US, while the renewal is due in 10 years, like in every other country, you also need to file a post-registration statement of use confirming to the Trademarks Office that you're still using your trademark between the 5th and 6th anniversary of the registration of your trademark. So you need to make sure that you monitor what's out there, make sure that nobody's ripping you off, that you use your trademark, that you renew it properly. But here's how this works. From search to drafting to filing to approval to publication to allowance to registration. That's a long process, takes a long time, there's a lot of moving steps, but don't be discouraged. If you have a brand that needs to be protected, go through the process, or better yet, have somebody who knows what they're doing take you through that process, take your hand, walk you through the process every step of the way, and make sure that you focus on what's important to you, building your business, and somebody who knows what they're doing is going to do what they're good at, which is responding to everything that comes from the Trademarks Office and dealing with every little issue that your trademark application may encounter. This is just one of many short videos where I'm providing specific, no BS answers to your questions about trademarks. So subscribe now and get notified whenever the next video goes live. No, I mean it. Just click the button right here that says subscribe and subscribe. Have you subscribed yet? Thank you. And if you have a brand that you want to protect, make sure that you go to freetmsearch.com and fill out the form and have us do a free trademark search for you and prepare the report and walk you through that and tell you exactly whether or not your brand is trademarkable. In Canada, US, European Union, Australia, and we're adding new countries. So make sure that you take us up on it and check if your brand is trademarkable.